What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we have something a little interesting to talk to you guys about today. Now, it was an article that I woke up to. I was having my morning coffee, and my phone was lighting up, so I just figured I'd jump on here and just give my raw reactions and my raw opinion to Carlo Ancelotti and his recent statement. So to keep you guys up to date, if you haven't seen it, which I'm assuming a lot of you have, because it's sort of big news, and I'll get to that in a sec, but the article basically read, Carlo Ancelotti planning to retire once Real Madrid's spell ends. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm basically just going to read the beginning and the end. And the beginning talks about Carlo Ancelotti basically confirming he's going to retire from management when he eventually leaves Real Madrid. However, he's in no rush to leave. And I mean, given the incredible job he's done this season, I feel like he deserves probably a season or two. And in my opinion, John Herdman definitely deserves a season or two, as I don't want to lose John Herdman anytime soon, so do not think otherwise. But at the very end, when he talks about wanting to maybe be closer with his family, he has this to say, and I find this very, very interesting. And it says, that being said, Ancelotti did confess that he could be tempted into international management with Canada, the homeland of his wife in a country he has described as his second home. He added, why not? I'd love to, of course. Canada are doing really well. Now, there's a lot to take away from that article, and I kind of want to just start off with Canada on the rise. And as we already known this, we've seen what Canada has been like growing up. Again, I'm 25 and I've seen basically just misery with the Canadian national team until this recent spell. John Herdman has got these guys playing unbelievably well. Topping the Ocho was something that was almost unthinkable at probably a year and a bit ago, and it's just absolutely insane. And then some of the coaching history we have, I think the last couple of managers we had, specifically John Herdman, because he's been fantastic, but we've had some decent little managers, but we never had a profile of a manager quite like Ancelotti coming in here. So having John Herdman, who has just been spectacular because he did it on the women's side of the game, he's the first manager to take both a women's and a men's national team to the World Cup, and we truly wouldn't be out here without John Herdman. There's no denying that. So in my opinion, you keep John Herdman for as long as he possibly wants to be in the Canadian national team. I think he's deserved that. He's built up that credit. I am confident no matter what happens at the upcoming World Cup, he's going to be here for 2026. And then after that, maybe there's a decision to be made depending on what happened. But this is a project that he deserves to be here for. He deserves to finish. And I personally, you ask me right now, who do you want, Ancelotti or John Herdman? I'm picking John Herdman every single time because he's done that well. He's just completely changed the way the Canadian national team is perceived around the globe, and I don't think you can take that away from him. Now, just getting on to the fantasy of potentially Carlo Ancelotti. Now, he's 62 years old right now, so if we're going to do quick math, 2026, 4 years, he'd be, say, 66 years old if after the 2026 World Cup that John Herdman steps down. Now, if that happens, and depending on the law can change in 4 years, but it's still very interesting to see a manager of this profile, the only ever manager to win the league title in the top 5 leagues across the world. He did it in the Premier League, he did it in the Bundesliga, he did it in La Liga, he did it in Serie A, and he did it in Ligue 1. That is unprecedented. So someone of that caliber saying, yeah, Canada's my second home. It's where I'd want to maybe end my managerial career, a little international success once John Herdman leaves. There's something to fantasize there. So I just basically wanted to talk to it about you guys and get your guys' opinion on, do you think one day Ancelotti should take over the Canadian national team? Do you think he will? And how long do you see John Herdman staying here? Because in my opinion, you don't let John Herdman go until after the 2026 World Cup when we're the host nation. He's deserved that. He's just, I cannot praise that enough. But I do want to just talk about Ancelotti because this was a very interesting little, and you guys were bugging me and messages and whatnot. So I just want to give you guys my perspective around it. I'm excited to see what you guys want to say in the comments. Mostly, are you interested maybe one day down the line? Carlo Ancelotti never managing really at this type of environment in Canada, but being one of the most decorated managers in world football. So just let me know what you guys think about that, and when do you think John Herdman will potentially look elsewhere? Because, I mean, I think 2026 is at least where he's going to go, but I'm curious to see what you guys have to say as well. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. It's a very interesting little video, and if you did, as always, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.